No time. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Price, and today I have another guest. I have a guest. It's a guest. Yeah, you're familiar with this guest by this time. Yeah, I wanted to make a change from my sister to someone else who's different. So if you have not subscribed, please kindly subscribe and like my content, like my videos, and turn on that bell so that you know anytime that I'm going to be uploading. So today we don't have enough time here. We are all rushing somewhere. So I'm going to let my guest introduce himself. And yes, we begin from there. And then soon I'll be introducing the topic after you have introduced yourself.
Greetings everyone. Kindly follow us. You click on that notification bell after subscribing. Yes. My name is Wimana Julius.
Okay, thank you, Julius, for allowing first of all to come onto my channel and tell us what you know about some places. I appreciate that so much because many people I tell them and they refuse to come. So thank you so much for allowing to come onto my channel. So we're interrupted by some music, but yeah, today we are going to be talking about Rwanda. Do you know anything about Rwanda? Like, do I have to visit Rwanda? What's in Rwanda? So today my guest is going to be telling us about Rwanda. I don't know where you want to begin from, but I'm going to give you the mic.
Okay, thanks a lot, Prize. Everyone is welcome to Rwanda. Rwanda is a very wonderful country. It is interesting. Everyone, before they die, can I say that?
For what? Before they die?
Before they die, they should visit Rwanda.
Why? Tell us why people should visit Rwanda.
Of course, Rwanda, it's famously known as a country of 1,000 hills. It's actually a hill all over. If you count properly, it's actually made up of 1,000 hills. So formally, people are calling it a country of 1,000 hills. Hence, this other movie of Mil Colin. Mil is 1,000.
Like there
Colin,
are many hills in one place? How are those hills? Are there like houses on those hills or just hills after hills?
No, the country is made up of hills. Though some places are habitable, others are not. Of course, if you visit, especially if you have a visit like in Kigali, you realize that the way the cities are arranged, it's arranged on hills. Some sections are like on hills. But if you go out of Kigali or you are entering Rwanda from Kabale or Kisoro, you realize that some places are not habitable. There are some steep hills where people don't stay. Yeah, so they stay in valleys, okay, like the places which are a bit safer. You know, of course, also being steep, it has a security concerns, especially like, you know, if it rains, there could be like landslides. So some areas, the hills are not habitable. People stay on flat areas. But some hills which are really not so big, not so steep, people stay there.
Do those hills attract tourists?
Yeah, definitely. The hills attract tourists. In our secondary, we are studying about hills and mountains. And Rwanda actually also has mountains. And some of the mountains they have like Mufumbiro Mountain, which they share with Uganda, which on the Ugandan side we call Mahabura. They also have Mugahinga, which on the other side, yeah, we share those ones. The one especially Mahavula, where they call the volcanic. Okay, all those are as a result of volcanicity. So they have inhabitants such as the gorillas, and of course you know those are the unique animals which are only available when you visit Rwanda.
They only have gorillas only?
No, I'm talking about the volcanic areas like Mount Mahavula, the inhabitant animals. But they still have other animals like lions, giraffes, antelopes. Those ones can be found in Akagera National Park, can be found in Nyungwe National Parks. Yeah, I think those are the main big national parks in Rwanda.
So we are still talking about why somebody should visit Rwanda, and you have just told us two things: the hills,
we
the
had-
1,000 hills, and what the gorillas. So
We talked about the gorillas.
the
Then also Kigali as a city.
Kigali city.
Kigali as a city
Mm-hmm.
is also good for touring. They even have arrangements by the government, especially under the Rwanda Development Board. They have that arrangement of Kigali City Tour. So they have those big buses. You can pay and they ride you around. You ride around the
Around
city.
the city just.
Yes, around the city. It's a bit small, but once the bus starts moving, you realize that it is so big.
Okay.
At least the infrastructure is good, the cleanliness.
By the way, yeah, about the cleanliness. I hear there are some strict rules when it comes to cleanliness. You don't just throw things.
Yeah, they are. Actually, if you throw something, like if you've been eating an orbit and you throw it down, they will automatically know you are not Rwandese.
So how do they get those people who are throwing? You mean they have security, like, who are looking at everybody?
No, not necessarily, but still, Kigali, I think, is one of the cities that has got more cameras in East Africa. Though, like now, it's
But do they really care about even an orbit that you have thrown?
yes, they do. They do. Okay, I think that's Rwanda in general was the first country to ban Kavera. It's called what? Polythene bag. You know, that's one of the things that really destroy the environment, that has affected actually all the East African countries and even beyond. Though you see, I think also Kenya has done the same, and it has a very stringent
still
measures.
Kenya still has.
A few, because they have stringent measures. You can imagine once a punishment in Kenya is around 5 million Uganda shillings, to just find you with a kavera of this polythene, which has, I think, micros of, is it below 0.2 something of that
But
sort.
in Uganda they had banned them, but what happened?
In Uganda they banned them, then later on the owners of factories who had already started, say, asked for grace period to close. Hence, we forgot about it. Now we had already thrown them, but now we are using them. But in Kigali specifically, Rwanda, which we are talking about, there is no kavera.
So it's very clean, like spotless.
It's spotless.
People in Uganda don't listen. Some rules I hear them in other countries, but
Yeah, it's
for sure, I'm very
spotless.
sure those rules cannot work in Uganda.
Okay. They can work if because the only thing you need is to be patriotic. One thing I know about Rwanda is they are patriotic. So if they are told that this is for your own benefit, everyone will follow.
I think Rwandese must be more patriotic than Kenyans.
Those guys are patriotic. I can assure you, even the grass in the city, no one crosses like the way we do in Kampala.
Ugandans, we are not patriotic.
It's punishable, by the way.
In Uganda?
In Rwanda, stepping on grass.
In Uganda, we have more problems. We cannot be telling people not stepping on grass.
It's punishable by law in Rwanda. Their grass, because with pedestrians, they've been given walkways. So you cannot use an excuse of stepping in people's grass.
And I believe there are not very many people there.
And there are not so many, but there are also not few. Yes. And of course, I think among the tour sites in Kigali, you could also check on the memorial sites, like Jesus Memorial Site. Those are I'm talking about the genocide. Of course, you know, they had the unfortunate incident of the 1994, where one part, I can call it one part of Rwanda, because you see it is made up of, three minority groups, of which are the Hutu, Tutsi, and Twa, the Batwa. Okay, that's the ones you call the Batwa. But the main ones were those two. The unfortunate incident happened that one side had to turn against the other. Of course, it happened in 94, but they put up memorial sites for themselves to be looking at, to make sure that they don't do the same mistake. Because what happened was a mistake, and they wouldn't want to do the same mistake. Hence, these memorial sites, they are historical. So if you go there still as a tourist, they will still have to take you through their history, what happened, how they stopped it, and what they've put in place in order for it not to happen again. Because I think some of the themes they have about the memorial sites is never again. So they wouldn't want to see such kind of history coming back. And we also hope that it never comes back or never happens in any part of the world that we know.
What about, there is a time I heard that they put a day and then people walk, like you're not allowed to drive. When is
Yes,
that?
they have, it's called, actually, it's bi-weekly, where it's called car free day.
Car free day.
Yes, where you can ride your bicycle. I think it's bi-weekly. It is.
I don't know.
It is twice. It is twice a month. It is twice a month. I think 2 Saturdays of 2 Saturdays within a month. But they do it, I think, from morning up to around 2. Beyond 2, then you can.
So in that time you cannot drive your car? Like it's a must and people follow?
If it's an emergency, they will not stop you
Like
from drive.
ambulance, maybe.
Yeah, no, I mean, even if it's like your car, your child is sick, your relative is sick,
Then you have so many of those cases.
then you can do
Others
what?
pretending.
No, that's what I'm saying. Since those people are so patriotic, no one is going to do
I
that.
forget that. Yeah,
Eh?
cannot.
No. Those people are patriotic because I can assure you, even the president himself participates in walking. So people join him in walking. Those who have skates, they can ride their they are called what? Those boards. Those
who skate on the road.
then those with shoes. You know, it's fun. Actually, surprisingly, it's
I
fun.
think I forget that some people are really patriotic.
Eh?
I don't have that. The word patriotism, I don't understand it.
It's a vocabulary that is missing
Yeah.
amongst Ugandans.
Oh.
I wouldn't want to talk about other people, but this amongst Ugandans, because it's like in Uganda, it's
For
easy
sure.
for me to eat sugarcane and throw
throw.
the things through
And
the
they don't
window.
care.
Eh? But those people,
Mm.
even if they are driving, they will reach at
They
where.
love their country.
Even if they are driving, they reach at a place where there is a dustbin. Someone will stop, then will get out of their car and throw the rubbish in a dustbin.
Okay.
And of course, the other thing is the tourists, even if you are walking, you know, you're safe. Even the borders. Actually, I think it is the only country in East Africa where I've seen cars respecting pedestrians. Even if there is no zebra crossing and you show a sign that you're crossing, a car will stop properly and you cross.
But is there like jam? You know, like the jam we usually have in Uganda?
Rush hour jam?
Yeah, you
But
know, like
less.
that jam that you can
Yeah.
be in jam like for 30 minutes and you're not moving.
No. I don't. They don't have that jam of Kampala and Nairobi. Nairobi and Kampala plus Dar es Salaam. Those ones are in their own class with jam. Rwanda has jam. Yes, they are called what? Rush hours, like in the mornings.
But not too much.
Then lunchtime, because some of these people go home back for
Or
lunch.
maybe they have nice roads.
Hmm?
The reason is maybe the roads are really nice. How come
No,
the people are
It's
slow?
not about the roads.
Because we have so many matatus.
No, it's not about the roads. I think it's the cars are still few. That one you cannot underscore it. Maybe that's why there is no jam. Of course, at the same time, like if you see how the capital cities are organized, they have 2 lanes in almost all the roads within the capital.
Bigger. Like
They have bigger roads. Though, but of course it is small. That one I cannot say that it is big. It is small but beautiful.
Talk about the culture. I see it's like Rwanda has maintained its culture where there's the way they dress, there's the way they dance. All of them do they have only one culture there for different cultures?
They have one. I can say they are Rwandese, as opposed to when you see Uganda, we are almost in 56. I think we have official they are 56. Even Kenya, I think, is within 50s. So
They have one.
yeah, for them they have one. Though I don't think they are still following that culture per se. The only thing they are currently doing, okay, of course, like for them, they are no longer importing second-hand clothes. They make their own clothes. They banned the second-hand clothes.
Why do they ban them? Why?
It's dumping. It's only that we poor African countries.
For us, we want them because they are cheap.
We fear the Americans, so we allow them to dump, because actually it's dumping.
They call it dumping, like rubbish. How is
rubbish? It's rubbish. It's rubbish, because for them they will have gotten used. They will have worn them. They get tired of them, and they don't want them to remain on their continent. So they send them to us. But Rwanda stood their ground, though America put, I think, some sanctions on them through AGOA. You remember that AGOA program? Or you've not heard of AGOA?
No, I don't read.
AGOA has been there for a long time. It's where most females used to go to learn how to weave, do what, those things of clothes.
Okay.
So for Rwandese, one of the ways they've managed to keep their culture is through making their own clothes that are having their own symbols. So they have the vitenges, which are having their symbols.
But of course, there are other people who make clothes. Like if you have your own, they are called tailors or what?
Yeah, they do, but mainly they are always focusing on their culture.
Okay, that's very unique of them.
I think they no longer have kingdomships. Okay, like formerly Rwanda was a kingdom, turned into a country. Then with these histories, somehow, they agreed that they are no longer following cultural institutions, which was the Rwandan kingdom, and now they migrated to a republic. But some of the things remained. That's why, even they still have the King's Palace. So if you go there, they can still show you their old history.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's a tourist attraction. You go there, you see cows. They show you how they used to. Because you see, a cow was among the
They are
Rwandese.
royal cows.
That is the cow I'm talking about.
It's one.
No, there are many. They are not so many. It's like the way you talk of Ankole big-horned cows. Of course, they are phasing out because of this introduction of these new balans. Then this thing of artificial insemination. So they are mixing up the brands. But at least, like when you go to the King's Palace, you find the original cow. It is still there.
So people go there to see the royal.
Yeah, they go there to see that, to also learn about the former things, how marriages used to take place, how the kingdom used to run, be operated, something of that sort.
Okay. But are there people who move from other countries to go to Rwanda for further education?
Yeah, they do. Because, let me give you an example. They have this Melon University. I think it's among the most ICT. Their niche is on ICT. And people even from Uganda, we're going there for postgraduate. Because you see, if I can give you, the original East African bloc, the East African community, Uganda was supposed to concentrate on agriculture, Rwanda on ICT. That's Rwanda on ICT. Then Kenya, I think, was supposed to be, was it general business? I don't recall properly. So if we are talking about ICT, that is what Rwanda was meant to be within the East African bloc. Yes, and of course we deserve, because we have the fertile soils. We've been producing a lot of food, some of which we cannot consume. So that's why we ended up having that.
Okay.
And Rwanda has really invested a lot in ICT. I can assure you, even now I think they already have the 5G network, which we are yet to go to. They've already tested here. We're on 4G. They've already tested, and even you see the way they organize their ICT infrastructure. They already dug these other big, they are called what? They are not called trenches, tunnels. so that in case they get like a new provider, you don't have to come and dig like there you see in Kampala. If you brought a new company and you have like cables, they will start breaking the roads and just putting those funny patches. Those people put tunnels, so you pay and you pass your, so you don't disorganize their infrastructure.
Okay.
Mm.
All right, we're almost coming to the end of this video. Is there anything like you think you need to mention that should bring somebody to Rwanda before we conclude?
Really, the main thing I can say, probably, or as a conclusion, is you always, as a person, you always need to find out something new. You've not looked at, you've not gone to. So if you've not been there, like any other country, I'm not saying you only visit Rwanda. You can visit.
We're on Rwanda now.
It's just that we're talking about Rwanda, but you can visit Rwanda. After you're done with Rwanda, you also try and visit other places. I think the other tourist attraction they have is that Lake Kivu, which they share with Congo. That's in Rubavu. That is the former Gisenyi. Those who know the old Rwanda, it used to be called Gisenyi. It shares that lake with Congo on the Goma side. That is the capital of North Kivu on that side. So tourists always go there. There are all sorts of water activities, boat ride, cruising, swimming. They even have very nice hotels in that area, the Serena hotels. Really, it's a very interesting place. I wouldn't want to expound more. You need to go and see for yourself. Because as you are there, you are also in Congo, actually. So you will be experiencing two types of two countries at a go. And of course, it's also interesting that when you are there, because they have one border post there, which they share with Congo. When you see on the Rwandan side, there is orderliness, even the borders, the people, the way they are walking. But when you cross your eyes across the other barrier, it's as if you've come to Kampala.
Okay, thank you so much, Julius, for So if you're still with us, please, thank you so much. And if you have not yet subscribed, please kindly subscribe. And I think we have come at the end of this video. Visit Rwanda for yourself. You will see many other things. You cannot talk about everything. Even as we speak now, maybe there's something new that has now happened that you need to go and see. So I hope this video has been helpful, and at one time you'll consider going to Rwanda, and at least you'll be knowing about something. So thank you so much. Bye bye.